show's about to start. We'll be teaching you a magic trick today that you can do yourself at home. So please, for this, now's the time to grab 2 rubber bands. You'll want 2 per person. If you have different colored ones, that's good. Otherwise, any 2 rubber bands will be fine. It helps if one is a bit bigger than the other. I have these, it'll be okay. So go ahead, now's the time, grab 2 rubber bands. And for those of you that are here in the Zoom room with us, please, we'll unmute you. If you're asked to unmute, please do so. This is an interactive show. Okay, thank you. So thank you so much for the tank for hosting us. We're very excited to be here. Welcome to Flavors of Magic. I'm Sara Crasson, Resourceress of the Society of American Magicians, and I'm your host tonight. When people imagine a magician, they often think of somebody in a top hat and a tuxedo, or even a cape. But there are lots of different kinds of magicians, and they do many different kinds of magic. Just like painters or musicians, we express ourselves through our art. And for the next hour, a group of magicians have invited us into their home studios so that they can share some divinely diverse deceptions. We suggest you expect the unexpected. Spicy. Now, some of the things that you're going to see tonight are a little dangerous. I'm not talking about the card tricks, although some of those can give you a nasty paper cut. Some of the magicians will be doing extremely dangerous things. You should know that everybody who's doing these things is experienced, practiced, studied. They know what they're doing so they don't hurt themselves. So please don't try this at home. We're going to teach you some magic later that you can do. If you'd like to learn more, the Society of American Magicians would be happy to help you learn. Just don't go trying what you see at home. Our first performer tonight is Likey. He's accomplished so much in the art of magic. Once upon a time, he performed 250 stage shows a year in Canada. He produced and hosted several of his own magic TV shows, including Magic Mike's Castle and Magic Mike and Company. For 9 years, he was a regular guest on other Canadian TV shows. He's a creator and teacher of magic and an expert in hypnotherapy and theocentric psychology. He's world famous in Canada, and we are thrilled to have him here, Magic Mike Likey.
Hi, everybody. How are you all doing out there? Good? Say yes. Right on.
Yes.
We're going to have great fun today, or at least I'm going to have some fun, and that's half the battle. And I'm going to need all of you to help me by blowing magic breaths. Everybody take a great deep breath up and blow. Let's try it again. In and out. Excellent. So we're going to try a card trick. How unusual for a magician. We're going to use a deck of playing cards, of course, and I'm going to get somebody in our virtual audience to say stop while I'm riffling the cards. So you can unmute whoever is out there, and I'll riffle the cards, which is the fairest way to select a card. And wherever you say stop, I will stop at. Let's do it. Excellent. So there's the card. That's your card. We'll bury it into the middle of the pack, and we'll place the pack right over here. I'm going to get everybody to blow a kiss at the cards. Let's do it. Excellent. I love the sound effects in the background. Now, cards are really shy. They have a tendency of blushing. So I'm gonna spread out the cards like so, and there is one red card amongst all the blue. And let's check it out. Was this your card? There we go. 7 of clubs, red with some lips on it. You should all clap to yourselves for helping me. All righty. Who wants to see more magic? Say yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, because if you said no, that would be it. We'd be really short of time. So what I'm going to do this. We're going to do a little something with 3 ropes, short one, and really great big long one, and medium one. And I do so many kid shows, a lot of kids go, hey, Magic Mike, because that's my name. It's so unfair that the ropes are all different sizes. So what I do is I get the kids to help me to make the ends at least all the same length, like so. And of course, we're going to need all of you out there to blow magic breath. Oh, somebody spit out there, but that's okay. And let's check this out. Whoops, got a little bit tangled there. And they're all the same. I don't believe it. 1 medium, 2 mediums, and 3 mediums. I'm actually a medium as well. I'm a medium at large. I'm a happy medium. So they're all 3 the same. But you know what? A lot of kids tell me, Magic Mike, it's okay to be different. So let's make them all different again. Let's blow magic breath. Let's see what we have. We have the wee little one. We have the medium one and the great big long one. You should all clap for yourselves again for helping me. Alrighty, I'm going to get, she's not a virtual assistant, she's an actual physical assistant out there to help me. So what I'm gonna ask of you, please, is, yes, I'd love to borrow her ring. Yes, I'm doing a ring and string routine. Let's see how badly I can muck this up. So we're going to try to get as close to the camera as possible so you can all see this. And again, can you all blow magic breath? 1, 2, 3. And the rope seems to melt right through the ring. Let's try it again. We're going to really have a hard time with this one. You can see it's really on there. I'm going to borrow your hand if I may. Okay, excellent. Blow out there. What? Well, that's pretty weird. Where did you guys? Uh-oh, here it is again. This is really strange. You should clap for yourselves again for helping me. And I'm going to get you to stick out your hand one more time. And let's see if we can do this. This is the hardest one. Let's all blow. And it seems to melt right off again. I hear applause. They're applauding for themselves. We're going to try one more time. Now, usually I'll have 2 people help me because this is really tough. So I'm going to get you to hold out your hand again and grab the rope. I'm going to get you to hold with your other hand the rope. Tap my fingers and everybody blow. Gone. Can you guess where it went to? Somewhere in my pocket, I have something. I do. It's a key fob, and all the keys fall out, and believe it or not, we have Susan, yes, that's her name, her very same ring. And you should all clap yourselves out there for helping. Thank you, Sue. Here's your ring. So I'm gonna do something to music now. It'll be the first song on our roster. It involves chapstick and a bill. So let's have a little bit of music and we'll go for it. And thank you very much for helping out there. And wonder if it's time for another magic trick. Let's do this. This one's really tough and it might not work, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. And I'm going to rely again on my assistant, my actual assistant, and you out there blowing magic breath. We are going to use, instead of coins, we're going to use, I guess you call these washers. That's because Magic Mike is all washed up. No, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to point to one of them, left or right. Point to the left one. So I'm going to get you to hold out your hand, and we'll get you to hold really tightly that one. Yes, you would. No music. We don't need music anymore. Check this out. We're going to try to pull the hole off. Everybody blow. It's off of here. Open your hand and show everybody what you have. She does indeed have two of these holes on one. I guess we got two holes in one. I don't know what you'd say. But anyway, we're going to try something really weird with this. Hope you can see. I'm going to ask all of you at home and in our virtual audience to blow magic breath. We're going to try to stretch, stretch, stretch until, oh, got nothing metal to knock that on, because you won't believe what we've done. You should all clap for yourselves as well for helping. Yay! All right, I think we have time for two more. So we're going to do this. This one is really tough. And this one we'll use the second song for. And check it out. It's called A Knife and a Rope. Thank you. There we go. No more music. We're good to go. All right. I'm going to try. Love that. Nice fade off. Should we try one more? It's a really, really tough one. I think we should use my assistant again, and we'll get all of you guys at home to help me. So we're going to use her hand for this. And I don't believe this has ever been attempted before. It's a double spoon bend. So using the power of our mind and positive thinking, we're going to visualize. You're going to have a little bit of help because you'll see two spoons there. You're going to visualize the spoon bending. And hopefully, through sheer belief and willpower, we can do it. So we're going to have the last song for this, the third song. Check it out. want to thank you all for putting up with me for these last 10 minutes or so. I'm Magic Mike Likey, and we'll catch you really soon. Thank you, Sara, for having me.
Oh, thank you so much, Magic Mike Likey. Oh, that was fantastic. And with the ropes and the knot was moving, and then it was 2 ropes and same length. Oh, my goodness. Here's where you can find out more about Magic Mike Likey. Oh, yeah, you can hear me. Where you can hear more about Magic Mike Likey. Do we have a slide for that? Okay, we'll post it later. And our next performer is Jeramy Neugin of Lost City Magic. Jeramy is one of the last conjurers of the Cherokee Nation. His family's connection to magic goes back to Rebecca Neugin, an ancestor who survived the Trail of Tears and was known to dabble in magic. As Jeramy explained to me, many Native American tribes had traditions of magic, but they're being lost. Jeramy has studied the traditions and is trying to revive them. He can't be with us in person, unfortunately, due to some technological issues, but he sent us some video that we can show during the show, so you can see how he combines his performances with Cherokee myths and legends and with powerful themes of life and death.
This is why you never see magicians bleed very much whenever they do their tricks. There's actually a really good reason why for it. So their blood is tainted.
Whoa.
A lot of times the Native Americans walking through the path in their life would stray from the path of the right way, and they would go down the wrong road, and they would have to be guided back. The shamans and the conjurers had different techniques in which to guide them. One of them was originally a story that told about 2 dogs that was inside every person that would constantly fight and circle each other, one good and one evil, and whichever one won was the one that you fed the most, meaning that if you done more evil than good, then the evil dog inside you wins. Sometimes the story wasn't enough. Sometimes action had to be taken to further explain that. The conjurer and the shamans would come forward, and originally what they would do with them to put them back on the right path was a method used with stones with different colors and symbols on them. Since most people don't know what those colors and symbols mean, we modernized this with playing cards. So there's 11 here, so we'd tell somebody to pick a number between 1 and 11. And there's 11 thoughts written on these cards, 11 emotions that is going through them, and whichever one that they had picked, that will be the thought that we would expect them to act upon. Because the true nature of the person will instinctively find the card that matches them. So say in this example, the person would say they wanted number 6. So we'd tell them to deal the cards down, and whatever the 6th card is, that's the thought that they would act on. And they would take the cards and they would do like we asked, and they would go down to the 6th card, and we tell them that's the card that they chose. Let's see what the ones that they could have picked. This one says beat them, burn them, destroy them, murder them. stab them. Actually, every card, this one says kill in big letters. Kill them. Die. Shoot them. Hurt them. All of these have different thoughts on them, all of them negative. But the one that they had picked, the number that they had chose, the one that they instinctively went to, says, act with decency and compassion. Deep down, inside all of us, we're basically good people. We need a little help now and then to push us towards that. Sometimes we forget, sometimes we stray off. And that's whenever the conjurer of the village would come in and remind them of that. Everybody needs help every now and then and needs to be reminded that deep down inside we all need to act with decency and compassion. Take a moment, reflect, and hopefully they'll come back on the right path.
Oh, a good message. And, ooh, that scorpion. My goodness. So we'll have some information later where you can find out more about Jeramy. And I hope you have your rubber bands, because in just a moment, we're going to teach you a magic trick that you can do at home, in your office, or even over Zoom for your friends. But first, we have a clip of the world's only musician, Jazzman S, who combines magic, comedy, and music. His credits include America's Got Talent and Showtime at the Apollo. He's entertained U.S. troops overseas and crowds at Times Square's Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club. Here's Steve Palmore as Jazzman S.
This is my magical bass fiddle, Betsy, and I love her more than anything else in the world. But excuse me for just one moment. She's a little bit tired, so I've got to put her to rest. Oh, one more thing. She hates the air conditioning. She says that the cold air disturbs her beauty rest and gives her wrinkles. And you know how women hate wrinkles. So please, bear with me for just one moment while I get her wrapped up. There you go, honey. Yeah, we're going to get you all nice and warm and toasty there, dear. My first wife actually left me because of Betsy. She couldn't stand playing second fiddle. You see, we came in from a gig at 4:30 in the morning, and I got Betsy all wrapped up and nice and cozy and comfy. And my wife looked at us and she said, "You love that bass fiddle more than you love me." And I said, "Well, honey, can you do this?" And that is the story of my magical bass fiddle, Betsy.
All right. Jazzman S, Steve Palmore, and a round of applause for Betsy. You can find out more about Steve later. We'll have some information about him, links to his website and so on. Now, it's time. Rogue is going to teach us a magic trick that everybody can do. Starting in magic at the young age of 6, Rogue has been performing, teaching, and mentoring for the last 30 years. He's been featured on America's Got Talent and countless news programs, newspaper articles, magazines, online media, TV shows, and in the biopics Magic Man and Misdirection. Rogue grew up to be a full-time performer, traveling all over the world, fulfilling his passion, spreading his love of magic, and inspiring others to follow in his footsteps. Rogue, teach us some magic, please.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
And
Hopefully you guys are.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. I'm gonna urge everybody, if you're watching here in the Zoom, This is interactive, and Rogue can help you learn. Please feel free to turn your cameras on if they're not on already.
All right, thank you, Sarah, and hope everybody's having a great time. Yes, if you have rubber bands, you could raise your hand, and I could, actually show you a really cool trick you could do. It could be a child, anybody. Raise your, you have rubber bands. Jamie, can you turn on your microphone, please, if you don't mind? All right, and for those of you that don't, I see Clyde Ballard is in the house. All right, nice. All right, I went to the 99-cent store and I got these. This is awesome because you get all different sizes and colors, and the price is right. The object is to actually pick a color that's bright, so it contrasts with anything that you're wearing and stuff like that. If it's flesh color like regular rubber bands, it'll blend into your skin and it won't look as visual. So
blue.
take out your rubber band, and it should be how do you call it? When you put it around your first finger and middle finger, it should be kind of like snug. It shouldn't be too loose or too tight. Also, you don't want to cut off your circulation. Okay. So basically, I'm going to show you how it's. I'm going to show you the trick, and then I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay. So rubber band is on my first two fingers. Yes, everybody. First two fingers. All I have to do is just go like this, and just like that, and it jumps to the ring finger and the pinky. I'll make it jump back. Just shake it and jumps right back.
No way.
All right. That's cool, right?
That's really cool.
Here goes the reveal. All right, guys, are you ready for this?
He's going to tell us
turn
how
around
he
for
made
this.
that magic happen.
You really can't have anybody behind you, but it's cool. You use a little misdirection. All right. So basically, you have it around your first two fingers, and as you're talking, that's the misdirection. You always should talk, or you have some music playing in the background. You stretch it out, all right, from the back, and you fold your fingers in, and then the rubber band sits below your knuckle and above your nail. So I'm going to open it up slowly, and you'll see what happens. And it's pretty automatic, actually. To make it jump back, again, you stretch it, close your fingers. Remember, all the fingers go inside the rubber band, and it goes below the knuckle and above the nails. And open it up, and it jumps just like that.
Okay.
Jamie, did you get that, Jamie?
Yeah, we're gonna give it a try.
Yeah, I want to make sure. And what's his name?
Corin. Say hi, Corin.
Corin, right? Hey, Corin,
Hi.
how are you?
Good.
Awesome. I want to see you do it, actually.
All right. So we're.
Yep, that's good.
Hi, we're in our house. We're learning some magic. We got a cool bed back there for you to look at while we stretch this rubber band out. We'll have to practice the misdirection.
Beautiful. Awesome. I'm pretty sure you could show him afterward. So basically, again, one more time, stretch it out, put your fingers inside, below the knuckle, above the nail. So right in the middle, open, just like that. From the audience's view, it looks like magic. All right. So now, a more advanced version, because you're doing all this tugging and stuff like that. You're talking. So what if you want to use only one hand? You could still do that. So you show the rubber band on your right hand, and basically you make it jump just like that. And to do that, it just takes a little bit more practice. So basically what I'm doing is I'm using my thumb, okay? And it goes underneath the rubber band, and you're stretching it out from the back, and you're putting your fingers inside. And again, like it sits below the knuckle, above the nail, and you open it up, boom. Isn't that cool? Nice, right? All right. Another variation. I know I'm gonna go take up all 10 minutes. Oh, look, you can actually have it on your first two fingers. You go like this. Ow, ow. Let's not do that. You go like this, and you let go, and boom, it goes right through just like that. It penetrates all your fingers. And like I said, it's the same principle, but like I said, it takes more practice. So basically, first two times you're really hurting yourself, and then you go down, you go up, and you close your fingers as it go down. See, it's still sitting, below the knuckle, above the nails, and as you go up, what you're gonna do is as you let go, at the same time you're going to open your hand. So just like that, it jumps just like that. All right, it's a timing thing. All right. Anybody else want to try this out actually out there? How's Corin doing? Corin, did Corin get it yet? Did you learn this yet, Clyde? Glenn?
Right, I think we all need to practice at home a little bit in the mirror before we do it.
It's very simple. Very simple.
Yep.
Does anybody need another refresher, or you guys are good?
All set.
You guys are good? I'm gonna show you one more thing before I leave. One more thing, Sarah. Is that cool? Do you have time or no? Okay.
Quickly, but yeah.
Yeah, really quick. This is cool. If you guys want to take the challenge, I have a yellow one on my right, and I guess the blue. I'm colorblind. Sorry, it's like black or blue. Doesn't matter. On my left. Open my hands, and they actually change places. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Much more advanced. Still super simple. You have your different color. Make sure the different colors, otherwise it's pointless. You stretch it out. You stretch out the first one, stretch out the second one, and basically you're going to create a triangle in the middle. So you got 3 triangles. The one on the left, one on the right, and one in the middle. You're gonna put all your fingers inside the triangle in the middle. So it's in the middle, and open your hand. It just opens. I mean, it just jumps automatically. You guys have to really try this out. And like I said, it's so simple. But the most important thing is to work on the misdirection and the presentation. You know, like you could tell a story about how you found these rubber bands in the jungle and they're magical. That's what's more important than the magic itself, because magic you learn anywhere, but the presentation, the personality is all yours. So hopefully you learned a little something. And now back to our wonderful MC, Sara Crasson.
Well, thank you, Rogue, and thank you so much. I think we all learned something. I learned something because I've never seen it done with the 2 at the same time crossing direction. I thought you were going to show us something different with 2 rubber bands, and I learned something. So thank you.
Awesome.
Adding that to my knowledge.
Nice. That's cool. I'm glad. Happy.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we have one of the busiest performers here in New York, a wonderful family entertainer. So happy to have him with us. Omar Olusion. Are you ready, Omar?
Check. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. I think we're just about ready. Here we go.
Okay, fantastic.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's right. We're coming in all the way from New York. Hopefully everybody's enjoying themselves. If you're not from New York, just want to let you know our secret word is, that's right, the Big Apple. That's where we're from. So tonight we're taking a bite of that. Showing you guys a little something different. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. I'm gonna tell you a little something about myself. Being a New Yorker, we got a little rude sometimes, so my apologies. Oh my God. I love apples, but I've been doing magic now for about 40 years. I'm only 37. That's how good I am. Now, some of you have probably never seen magicians before, so I wanted to try to show you guys a little something different. It's weird to do magic here on this type of platform, so I'm not sure if everybody here knows exactly how to respond. The idea is when a magician does a magic trick, you're supposed to applaud and they hear it and they take a bow, but it's tough to do it on here. For some of you who've never done Zoom before, I would like to show you a little trick. Below, if you see a magic trick happen right in front of you, you can actually make an applause by using that button down that says reactions. There's an applause button and a thumbs up. We're going to give it a try with you guys. I love granny apples. These are the best. We'll try it out very simply with a card trick. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm on a budget, so it's a different kind of card trick. Yeah. So in order for this to work, we're going to practice knowing how to clap using these cards. I'm going to count to 6. We're going to pretend they disappeared. I took a bow. That's your cue to clap. We'll start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if I took 1, 2, and 3 of those cards and threw them away and pretend they disappeared, I would take a bow. That would be everybody's cue to press the reaction buttons and clap. Now, some of you may be watching this on YouTube. It's a tad bit differently. We'll start again. We started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. We would take 1, 2, 3 of those cards, pretend to throw them away. I would take a bow. And on YouTube, you're able to type clap, type wow, type LOL, whatever you would like. But it looks like some of you on Zoom are not quite sure what to do. So let me start again. We began with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. We would take half of 6, which is 1, 2, 3. Now understand, If I throw 3 cards away, I should only be counting 1, 2, and 3 cards in my hand. It's weird if I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, even though we only started with 1, 2, 3. Did I lose anybody? My apologies. I see a couple of weird. I'll try this again just for you. My apologies. Yo tengo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cartas. See? Just like Dora. Voy a coger 1, 2, 3 cartas, tíralo to the floor. I'm sorry, I missed that episode, how to say floor. But the idea is I snap my fingers, I can still count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I take a bow, and that's when everyone on Zoom, everyone on YouTube, beautiful. So before we finish up, I wanted to show you one final effect. Now, I don't know if you guys had this happen to you guys. It happened to me. I actually had a friend of mine contacted me recently, and I haven't heard from this person in such a long time. They were trying to sell me Avon. They did a multi-level marketing on me, and I didn't expect it. But they did sell me some cream. It actually is for the face. It helps you look younger. Matter of fact, I don't know how well this will work, but let's see.
Oh my God, it really worked. Well, as soon as we figure this out, back to you, Sarah.
Omar Olusion. Oh. I want some of that cream. Many of us remember the commercials for TV magic cards and dreamed of the amazing things that we could do if we had them. Now, Charles Greene III, who can normally be found performing at corporate events, on TV, and even on the radio, will tell us all about these little miracles.
Hello, I'm professional magician Charles Greene III. From my 30 years of experience of performing magic around the world, I've learned most magic is easy once you know the secret. Take TV magic cards. You don't have to be a magician to perform all kinds of amazing card tricks because it works by itself. Have someone select a card. Place it back in the deck. Tap the deck, it comes to the top. Put it in the middle, it's back on top again. Make 2 or 3 piles. Whatever pile they point to, the card will be there. Now, for more fun, take the top card, tap it, and it changes to their card. Place it on the bottom of the deck, and they all change to their card. Cut the deck, and now they're all different again. 6 or 60, you can work TV magic cards. TV magic cards, the mechanical deck that works all by itself.
Oh, that was fantastic. Charles, thank you so much. And it was like being a kid again. I still kind of want some of those cards. We'll have some more information about Charles for you later. Our next performer is Shreeyash Palshikar. Shreeyash was born in India into a family of prophets, priests, and magicians. He's studied magic since childhood and turned into a world-class magical entertainer. He's amazed audiences in the US, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East for 2 decades with his unique magic. His interpretation of the long-standing tradition of Indian conjuring. He regularly returns to India to study with the practitioners of the ancient mysteries, and he's training his children to take their place in the long line of Indian magicians. Before he begins, I remind you again, please do not try this at home. Shreeyash!
For centuries, India was known as a land of magic and mysticism. My uncle was an Indian magician, and my grandfather was a Hindu priest. A few years ago, I began a magical quest to explore the roots of Indian magic and to learn how it influenced magic all around the world. What did I find in India? I found a whole hidden world of magicians of all types. ancient masters of the art, young apprentices, mysterious street magicians, colorful stage magicians, traditional and modern magicians, Western and Indian magicians, mind readers, musicians, illusionists, and even a magic clown from Mumbai. These people opened their hearts to me and showed me the true secrets of Indian magic, and it changed the course of my life. Join me on a fabulous journey to explore the secrets of Indian magic.
Good evening, namaste, and welcome to the show this evening. I am Shreeyash, and we're going to try some interesting things. We're going to start out by the most ancient magic trick in the world that shamans all around the world used to perform, which is, of course, creating fire. And we're going to light the fire in front of a little Ganesh statue, which is what is traditionally done in theater performances, so that everything is going to work out well this evening. All right. Now, in this Zoom world, it's kind of strange. Everybody's sitting at home, we're sitting here, and it seems like we're disconnected sometimes. But I'm going to try to do something that is going to give us a sense of connection. And I'm hoping that we can do this here with you this evening, all together. Now, when my father came from India to the United States, he experienced a sense of disconnection. In fact, many things he left behind in his home country of India. He left behind his traditional language, because not that many people spoke Marathi in the US at that time. He left behind his traditional foods, his traditional religion also. There weren't that many Hindu temples here in the US. And he also left behind many of the members of his family and friends. And one of the challenges of having all of these things that have been left behind is that you're never sure if you can bind them all together once again. And so we're going to attempt this, if it's possible, to bind together the things that have been torn asunder, and to, with a thread, make a connection between ourselves once again. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to work, but if we're really lucky, let's see. Oh no, yes, 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 indeed, it works. Okay, so this is great. Sort of a connection now. So let's try something that is a universal trick. It is said to be one of the most ancient tricks in all of magic. And in fact, there are different ways of performing the same trick. People often ask me, what are the differences between Indian magic and Western magic? And I'm going to show you the differences by doing the same trick in two different styles. So the trick is the cups and the balls. Some of you may be familiar with it if you follow magic. It is a trick that is in both the cheating, the gambling, and also in the magical genres. It involves 3 balls, and as the name suggests, 3 cups. Now, there are many ways that the cups and balls can be done. It's been done for hundreds of years, often by a performer on the street corner, where he'll take a cup and he'll show you that, in fact, this is a solid metal cup. There's nothing sneaky about it. Sometimes they do sneaky things. This is an optical illusion. Don't worry, it's not really any kind of gimmick cup. But they will sometimes take the cup, the solid metal cup, and try to pass a ball straight through the solid metal cup. Strange, I know, but let's see if we can do it. And look, 1 ball has passed through the solid metal cup. Can we do it with 2, you might ask? Fair question. Let's see, not 1, but 2 solid metal cups. If we're lucky, we can do it. Yes, yes, 2. And the third one is, of course, the hardest one, the most complicated, because we're not going to just 1 or 2, but we're actually trying to do through 3 solid metal cups. And I'm not sure if this is going to work, but let's try it. Oh, there it is. 1, 2, and 3. Now, there are a lot of permutations and combinations with the old cups and balls routine. Sometimes what people do is they place one ball under one cup. They place a second ball under the second cup, and they place the third ball under the third cup. If they're lucky, and I don't know if we're lucky this evening. Let's see. Let's try to make the balls move around a little bit. One ball might vanish from here. Strange. One ball might reappear in a different place. Whoa, strange. And then there's always the problem if we look under one. Oh, okay. This is getting very confusing because this, in the Western style, as I said, there are so many strange ways that it can work. I'm going to show you in a moment the Indian style by contrast, but one more thing, just so you kind of understand, I guess you might say, the differences, right? How does it work? How can it be that you can move the cups around, that you can place them in different spots, and somehow the balls return? That is the main way that the Western cups and balls works. It's with metal cups, it's done standing up, and it's done on the street corners like this. Now the Indian style, I'm about to show you, is done on the street, sitting down. Okay. The performer will be, can you just tilt it down like that? Seated like this. Sorry, I'll just make sure. Ah, yes, perfect. So now we see the performer will sit on the ground. Now, when I saw this on the streets of Pune, my friend Shadruddin Badruddin made sure to point out to me the ways it was different from the Western style. He said, look, we have 4 balls instead of 3. He made it very clear that his hands were empty and that he wasn't doing anything fishy or sneaky as he picked up the cups. You may have seen the way the Western cups were handled. The Indian cups are handled just like just like this, gently with 2 fingers going like this and gently picking up the cups. They're like small wine glasses, perhaps you might say, except they're made out of wood and not metal. So the performer sits on the street and he places a ball simply in one hand. And then he simply moves it. He shows you that there's nothing under the cup and then waves his hand, snaps his finger, casting a shadow and making that ball simply vanish. Now I know this is strange, and then when I saw it the first time, I was confused as well. I was shocked, and so I vowed that next time I was going to look more closely. And my friend said, look, there are nothing up his sleeves. He pulled up his sleeves to show me that there were really nothing going up the sleeves. He was very open and clear about placing the ball into his hand. He was very clear about showing me nothing was under the cup. But then he just waved his hands, and he sometimes used a small wand, give it a tap, and the ball simply vanished. On the next one, I said, I'm going to look so closely. I'm going to understand exactly what's going on. I'm going to see it, definitely. And he said, sure, watch as closely as you like. He placed the ball into his hand. He showed me nothing was under the cup. And then, with that little casting of a shadow, I thought I caught him, but no, it was already vanished. The last one, I said, I can't miss it here. This is going to be so strange. And it was strange. But what he did is very similar thing. And I said, wait a minute. He said, no, look, the ball has already vanished. And I thought, wait. And he said, look, it's already reappeared under here. And I said, what? So confusing. And then he showed me that the other ball had appeared under here. And the other ball had appeared under here. And I still don't understand how he got that very last ball to appear under here. So ladies and gentlemen, the Indian style cups and balls. Hey, thank you very much. So now we are going to go on to something a bit larger. In fact, another classic from the streets of India. Here, just move this out of the way. And for this, I'm going to get some help from the lovely Princess Sara. That's right, Princess Sara. Let's have a very dangerous feat of Indian magic, which is going to be the fearsome Hindu basket. Now she's going to travel on a magical journey to India because it's very difficult to travel on the airlines these days, but this is something we all saw performed in Delhi last summer when I was there on the Fulbright Fellowship. So Sara, are you ready? Come back here. And are you ready to make a magical journey to India?
Yes.
She's ready, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if she can, in fact, do it. All right. Can you pop in there, Sara? Okay, now normally, let's see here. not working very well. Shoot. She used to be a little smaller. She must be growing up. We're going to have to do it the magic way. All right. Now, the magic way, when they do it on the streets of India, is in fact just like this. Oops. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, wow. Looks like it worked. Kind of crazy. Okay. Now, flying into India, where is she going to fly? I think she's going to fly first into my favorite city of Mumbai. Now, flying from Mumbai, we go to the old Mughal capital. Yes, the city of Delhi, the city of the old Mughals, and the modern capital of India. Now, of course, it's quite difficult, but we're going to try to go even to Kolkata and get to the south to go to Chennai, the wonderful southern city. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Indian basket on the street, or right here in an attic. All right. Well, let's bring her back. We can't leave her there forever. So really quickly, if we can, Sara, try to come back all the way from your trip to the Madaris in India, back to the suburbs of Philadelphia. If it's possible, I do not know. But let us see if Sara can return safely. Oh, wow. Give her a hand. That this trick is traditionally done, and what people have said for hundreds of years is that it is done with a small Hindu boy. This is in fact what Denny Haney would say, but this is in fact what they would all do. A small Hindu boy, because it is an Abrahamic feat, or almost like the story of Moses. A small Hindu boy. Is it possible? Just for you. Very strange. I don't know, but let me see if we can do it. And ladies and gentlemen, a big Hindu boy. Let's take it down. All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.
Oh, thank you so much, Shreeyash, and thank you, Princess Sara, and et al. That was fantastic. Grand Olusion right here for you. Our final performer today is an international champion, and he has represented the United States on numerous international stages. His unique blend of magic and storytelling has entertained audiences all over the world. But most importantly, he's with us today. Please welcome the award-winning magic of Elliott Hunter.
Elliott Hunter has been named an international champion of magic and has wowed audiences from all walks of life with his performances. And tonight, he's coming right to your computer screen to entertain you. Elliott's virtual show is highly interactive and visual, so turn on your cameras, smash those react buttons, and please welcome the award-winning magic of Elliott Hunter.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on our platform, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or on Zoom. We're on Zoom right now, and what's cool about Zoom is that I can see everyone in the audience in the gallery view, which means I can see if you don't have your cameras on. You made an effort to do a thing, and we appreciate that, so please join us by turning your cameras on. With that, let's continue our show, shall we? Thank you. That's my show. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Totally kidding. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here and sticking around for the finale of our show. I am so honored to be able to close out our show this evening. But before we continue, a couple housekeeping tips, because this is a new format that we're not quite used to. I'd like to share a little bit of ideas on how to best show our applause. Of course, there's the react button, but the best way to show your applause during the show is not to go like that, but to use American Sign Language. That way, we can also include the deaf community in our show and everyone feels involved as we do our show. So if you see something during our show that may garner a round of applause, say an applause sign, all you have to do is, well, you know what to do. Sign's staying on until I see everybody. I see you, Clyde. I see you, Clyde. Come on, let's see those hands up. All right, there we go. There we go. Thank you so much for joining us here. I hope our magic this evening has brought some joy and some wonder and some happiness into our lives this evening. I know it has for me, because magic is honestly one of my favorite things to do. It makes me so happy. So let's work together this evening to make each other happy. Royalty-free music. Yeah, we can applaud for that. Thanks. Thank you so much, everyone. Friends, hang on. Let's get it back together here. Let's get it back together. Let's see what we can do. And let's continue training here. Friends, here we go. The sign's still on. Let's see those hands going. We got this. We got this. We're training, everyone. Let's go. Let's go. Set off smoke alarms here. You all are so good. You just blew up my sign. Everyone, please give yourselves a huge round of applause. Man. Friends, it is getting close to the point in the show where I need to start ending my set. Unfortunately, where time is cut short, but I look forward to you joining us on the next one. But to close out this evening, I'd like to share with you a very personal story from when I was growing up. You see, I grew up in a small island community just off the coast of Seattle. Few may know it, but I grew up in Anacortes, Washington. For those who don't know Anacortes, the population is about 16,000. The average age is about 70. And the main export is rope. but it's home, and it'll always be home. And I remember growing up sitting on the shores of Elliott Bay thinking, wow, they named water after me. Little did I know that I was named after it. And watching people sail their hunter sailboats in Elliott Bay, I'm like, wow, they named a boat after me. Or I was named after it. You see, my dad loved sailing, and he purchased his hunter sailboat in Elliott Bay back in 1998 when I was born. And see, like Ford or Chevy is for your car, Hunter is the model of the sailboat. It was incredible. All I wanted to do was learn how to sail when I was growing up. I wanted to first learn on an RC boat and then graduate to a big boat, radio controlled. And I remember one birthday, my dad got me a package. I was so excited. What was inside? What could be inside this thing? I opened it up. Rope. Thanks for the rope, Dad. I said, no, my son. Follow the rope. Follow the rope. Tied onto the rope that day was something I will never forget. And it looks something like this. Finally, at long last, I had my remote-controlled sailboat. But the thing was, I wasn't allowed to go out on the water until I could name every single part on that boat. The uphaul, the downhaul, the vang, the main sheet, the main halyard, the jib sheets, the jib, the main, everything on the boat. And as soon as I learned every single part of that boat, I could begin my journey on the open waters. And some journeys begin right as they end. And with that, I'd like to thank you all so much for joining us here, both for my set and for Flavors of Magic. My name is Elliott Hunter, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Elliott. That was wonderful. Oh, what a lovely story. And a sailboat. I'm a little more focused on the mess that has to be cleaned up after that set, but wow, that was great. Thank you so much, Elliott. Thank you all so much for coming. If you're watching in the Zoom room, please stick around. Our performers are happy to meet everyone and stay around and chat a little bit after the show. If you're watching the live stream or afterwards and you'd like to be with us for our next performance here in the Zoom room and interact with us, send an email to info@flavorsofmagic.com. That's info@flavorsofmagic.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and wherever the cool magicians hang out. We'll be back with episode 2 of Flavors of Magic 2 weeks from today. That'll be October 8th at 7 p.m. Eastern with all new Flavors of Magic. We'll see you then. Thanks so much. We'll hang around in the Zoom room for a little while. Have a great day. Oh, thanks for coming, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Jamie and Corin, how's the magic going? You getting ready to practice that piece?
Oh, we can't. Some people can't.
Oh, you
unmute.
can't.
Can
You can't unmute. Okay. That's all right. We love you anyway.
I think we're off the
and
live stream now.
Let us know when you're ready. We'll book you for a show. Excellent. Fantastic. Shouting louder doesn't help, sweetie.
Let's see. Omar, can we change that setting so that people can talk? I don't know if I have
Omar,
control
can we
over that.
invite people to unmute now? Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad.
We're working on it.
Great having him. We're working on unmuting everybody. And Rod, good to see you here. And he didn't know magic was.
There you go. Hi, Sarah. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
That was wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Very diverse show, and everything turned out really well.